Hey y'all, Joe here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to St. Bernard Acres. This is gonna be another wild, often out in the blue video. You will learn if you're a subscriber or if you're a regular viewer of this channel. I don't make videos or concentrate on one particular thing. I just run the gamut. Hope and entertain people, not teach them, entertain them, and inspire them maybe. Uh, what I want to talk about today is kind of interesting in that, I've always been an avid reader. I love to read. I always have. And that passion led me to opening up a used bookstore here in Wheeling a long time ago. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of books in trade. I traded more than I made money, traded more than I sold, because this is like a huge market for books. And one of the things that happened, I'll try to tell you quickly and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I had this old gentleman come in the store one day, said he was 92 years old and was going blind, and he couldn't read anymore, and he had a bunch of books that he wanted to give me to sell in the store. I had been 100 times out to people's houses, to look at their book collection, to give them a price on it, whether or not I'd be interested. And 9 times out of 10, it's just junk that people wanted somebody else to clean out. And I expected no different from this gentleman. So I arranged to go over to his house a couple of days later. He was retired, obviously, at 92. He was a doctor. And in downtown Wheeling, there was this, like these apartments you could buy. And he owned 4 of them. So we went into one of the apartments, and I'm telling you, from floor to ceiling, every wall was bookshelves. And we went in, and he said, "This is my English Lit collection. This is going to Bethany." And we went in another room, and this is my American history. This is going to Northern. Next room, this is my biographies collection. That's going to WVU. I mean, it's just an amazing collection of books this gentleman amassed. And he opened up his door to another room, and he said, "These are the ones I want you to have." And I just took a glance. I didn't really go through any of them. I just, saw they were nice looking books. They weren't somebody's garbage, obviously. So I said, that'll be fine. I'll have my son and his friend come by tomorrow and start packing them up and get them out of there. I estimated around 1,000 books. And the next day, Ben and Nick went down there and they started packing them up. Well, Nick texted me and he's like, "Dude, these are all gay books." I'm like, get out of here. I figured he was messing with me, So they got back, unloaded everything, and I started going through the boxes and saw they really were. It was gay books. I didn't know what else to call them. And the man I got them from, he would take no money. He didn't want anything. He just wanted somebody who would treat them respectfully and sell them so that other people could enjoy them the way he did. And I think Gail hit the nail on the head. He died a few weeks later after all of this, and Gail said he probably wanted to make sure that, I got those. Because he didn't want his family coming in there and finding him when he died. Perhaps, I don't know. Um, but a lot of rare and collectible editions he had. And there wasn't a big market in Wheeling for that kind of literature. So I decided to sell it online and sell the books online. And I did. I sold a lot of books. I had a lot of military history. But I still have about probably 500 or 600 of his, well, probably 300 of his books left to sell. And eBay, let me tell you, if you do it regularly, like I was listing 4 or 5 books a day, and they start selling, that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I was working, I was working at my job. I had the bookstore. There just wasn't time. So now that I'm retired, I need some extra income. I've got all of these books, and I'm going to start listing them again. And I'm telling you, some of them really are quite rare and highly collectible. I was very surprised by that. I had a couple books sell over $800. I had some in the $500 range. I've got the vast majority fall between $40 and $100 per book. And they date back to the early 20th century. When it was really a taboo subject. And a lot of them, early ones are printed overseas. They're printed and published overseas and then sold here. And all the way up to newer ones. But they're primarily all first editions or first printings. And they're in very good condition. I mean, the guy really took care of them. So I want to do the same thing. I'm going to start listing them on eBay. And I thought, what a fun project to include you guys in on it, or anybody that might be interested in it. What I'm going to do is try to list 10 books per week. And I will do a video showing the 10 videos I'm listing that particular week and the books that sold that week when I package them up to ship them out. And make, this is another thing totally, off the wall from building my cabin or my off-grid stuff, or now, trying to get that RV to run. Just things I like to do, I go back to the fact that I can't afford to buy all the building materials I need now to work out at St. Bernard Acres. Here's extra money to be had that I can put towards those building materials as I'm waiting on the prices to come down. So I hope you guys enjoy this kind of video. If not, that's okay. If you take offense to the fact that I'm selling LGBTQ books and you want to get mad at me and unsubscribe, that's okay. I don't care. I hold no prejudices against anybody. Some of these books, like I said, they're a lot of them are nonfiction, and they're studies. There's legal books, there's fiction, nonfiction. Just runs the gamut. And there's going to be other books as well. I mean, if you notice on some of these pictures I got going around in the background here, I've got art books, regular novels. I've got a lot of autographed issues, various books that I'm thinking about. I might, maybe it's time for me to start getting rid of stuff. And a lot of ephemera, which is historical papers. I've amassed a lot of that during the years because I've collected stamps since I was 8 years old. And in collecting stamps and then, you know, working with those for what, 50 years, you get a lot of stuff. So maybe it's time I started going through all of my stuff and start, you know, getting rid of it as well, so I don't burden my kids with it. But anyway, this is Joe. We're going to have some fun with this little series. This will be its own series. And remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, ding the bell. This will be in its own playlist, so if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But I appreciate it if you do. I appreciate all the support for the channel. And I'm out.